Hi there, I'm Sigi. Welcome to another exciting review on Go for a Run. Today I'm diving into the Hoka Rocket X2. This review is a follow-up on my first impressions video which I did a while back. I felt compelled to provide a comprehensive review because this shoe truly deserves it, and furthermore there are a few considerations that you need to bear in mind. I've done more than 200 kilometers in them, so you can be confident that they have been tested thoroughly. My runs weren't confined to just road running, but they also included mild gravel, non-gravel trails, cobblestone and even the treadmill. But I do need to emphasize it's fundamentally a road shoe. But let's dive into it, starting off with the facts and figures. The Rocket X2 was released in March 2023. It features a stack height in the heel of 36mm and 31mm in the forefoot, resulting in a 5mm drop. The weight in my size 46 is 242 grams. The Rocket X2 is primarily designed for speed sessions and, of course, races up to a marathon. You might need a few runs to get accustomed to the shoe, and it may not appeal to everyone. Furthermore, they are only available in one width, which could possibly be an issue for a lot of people. For me, they are somewhat true to size because at first they seemed somewhat snug, and because of that I considered sizing up. In the end I decided to stick with my usual size 46, and interestingly, with some tweaks and time, they became comfortable. It's a neutral shoe, ideal for those that enjoy picking up the pace. Overpronators, beware, as this might not be the shoe for you. They possibly don't offer the desired protection, and you could potentially wear out the midsole foam at the sides faster than you'd like. It's equipped with a full PEBA midsole foam, which is a foam renowned for its lightweight and highly resilient properties. It's got an excellent energy return and responsiveness. PEBA is sometimes also referred to as a super foam and is thus a premium elite foam. The foam is also highly resilient to external temperatures, meaning you can anticipate similar performance in both warm and cold climates. Additionally, there's a substantial amount of midsole height, which also acts as a good shock absorber for any obstacles on your path. Furthermore, the combination of the rocker and the carbon fiber plate generates an excellent energy return. Basically, they work really well together. The outsole rubber also provides good traction even under slightly wet conditions. Obviously, when it's pouring, you still need to be careful, but I think we all know that, right? Another aspect I greatly appreciate is the merging of the outsole and midsole. The midsole is less exposed at the most crucial areas, which looks very good in terms of durability. The upper is incredibly lightweight, adding to the overall minimal weight. The ventilation is truly exceptional, but then again, would you expect any less? Particularly when you examine the upper closely, it's nearly transparent throughout. Hola! If you are enjoying this review, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support would help out the channel a lot. Most of you aren't subscribed, nor are you clicking that like button. So come on, help me out a little bit. But okay, let's get back to the review. For those with slightly wider feet, the upper might feel a bit tight and it doesn't offer a lot of stretch. What I found helpful was to pinpoint where the pressure was and readjust my laces and trying to skip one eyelet. This reduces the pressure and could be the solution you need. It worked for me, so who knows? The overall padding is quite minimal, which is a common trend in racing shoes. Everything to keep that overall weight down to perhaps go that 1 second faster? Firstly, in the tongue. I wish there was a bit more padding, as currently there's almost none. A little more padding would make the tongue more comfortable, especially to relieve the pressure from the laces. Secondly, in the heel area, there's a slight amount of padding on the top sides, but it's very limited. With an additional bit of padding, I believe your heel would have been more securely positioned. The tongue is gusseted and stays well positioned, and unexpectedly it also has great breathability. The laces are of a good quality and durability, but they are a bit stiff. Their length is just enough in case you need to do the runner's knob. Upon closer inspection of the heel area, it's clear that it's highly flexible and may not provide the level of support you might need. It's commonly known that race shoes typically don't have the best durability. However, I must say the Rocket X2 appears to be an exception. As I already covered more than 200 kilometers in them, they still look great. Naturally, there's some degree of wear and tear on the outsole, but it's less than what I anticipated. The grip also remains largely unaffected, indicating that the rubber is indeed quite durable. It has rightfully secured its position among the top tier racing shoes, and it's a road shoe that feels light on your feet and will undoubtedly push you forward. Although I haven't seen them a lot in the wild, to be honest. Because of that, I believe that a lot of people don't realize yet how great this shoe really is. Let's go over some pros of the Rocket X2. They feel very light on your feet, even during a marathon. Their weight will at no point hold you down. The midsole is an elite premium foam, aka super foam, which has an excellent energy return and also very good durability. Furthermore, the foam is resilient to external temperatures, so you can use it year-round. The upper also has excellent breathability, keeping those feet and toes cool and fresh. They can handle a lot of different paces, from somewhat slower to very fast, without making you feel uncomfortable or unstable, which is sometimes not the case for other shoes in this category. The grip is very good even under some slightly wet conditions, and the outsole rubber also seems to be very durable. Here are some negative points of the Rocket X2. They could feel a bit snug and there are no other available widths. A break-in period is highly recommended to make sure you get the right fit. For me, it took several runs to get it right in the end. Make sure your lockdown is perfect to avoid any possible issues or blisters. That's always the reason why we do a break-in period, to avoid any possible issues during race day for which we put so much effort and sweat in. They are less suitable for overpronators as they will not offer the right amount of protection and you might affect the overall durability. With an additional bit of padding, I believe your heel would have been more securely positioned and the tongue could be a bit more comfortable too. Possibly that extra padding could also avoid the need for some to tie their laces with the runner's knot method. The heel area underneath the padding could use some reinforcement. It also seems that the area itself is a bit too big, causing your heel to not completely touch the back of the shoe. It almost looks like there is too much room, which could also cause that the overall heel lock isn't optimal. The length of the laces could be a bit longer for my personal preference. It doesn't need to be much, but just enough to make sure you can do the runner's knob comfortably. Also, I could appreciate a little bit of stretch in the laces. Again, this is personal preference, but a lot of these elite shoes have more stiff laces. I don't know why. The breathability was on the pros list, but it's also on the cons list. Can you already see where I'm going with this? Well, if there's too much rain, then your feet are completely soaked, which will cause friction and possibly blisters. I encountered it on my first marathon and I suffered really bad. Because of that, I disliked the Rocket X2 and I was thinking about getting rid of them. Luckily that I gave it a couple more chances in dry conditions. Practice makes hard. In conclusion, the Rocket X2 stands out as a high-quality, light racing shoe. It excels as a marathon shoe, although it's not ideal for very rainy conditions. Despite its modest 5mm drop, the premium high-quality foam ensures a comfortable run with excellent bounce and responsiveness. Coupled with the carbon fiber plate, this shoe has the potential to help you achieve that personal best you're aiming for. Personally, I achieved an improvement of 8 minutes on my current half marathon PB while wearing them. I have high hopes for the durability and anticipate that this shoe will comfortably last up to 500 kilometers. I suspect that beyond that point the bounce and responsiveness of the foam might diminish, reducing the overall performance, and we can only hope that the padding isn't worn out by then either. They are priced at 250 euros, which I found to be quite reasonable, particularly when you consider the overall quality. I'm just relieved that they aren't priced at 300 euros as some other brands are currently charging. Well, that concludes my review of the Hoka Rocket X2. If you found the review helpful, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And thank you all for watching and I hopefully see you in the next one.